and gentlemen, welcome to our One Piece manga review. This is chapter 1093, Luffy versus Kizaru. The gang is back together. We got Versen, we got Jazz. How you fellas doing? I'll start with Versen. How you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Glad to be talking some damn One Piece now that I'm back home.
Yes, sir. Glad to have you back. Glad to be talking some One Piece. Jazz, how you doing, sir?
We are doing great. It's always great when Big Bag Borsalino's in the chapter, baby.
9 to 5, baby. 9 to 5 versus Gear 5. And
with benefits, my boy. With benefits.
Some say he's the only one left who has a pension.
Look, real pension too. He takes that shit serious. But if they didn't have no pension, he'd be going home. But with that being said, let's jump into our chapter review. The way we do this is we give a brief summary and then we dive into each part of the chapter that we think is necessary and do an expansive deep dive into it. So let's start it off. This is chapter 1093, Luffy versus Kizaru. We see Kobe and Helmeppo as they do a fan request of Kobe and Helmeppo talking to some monkeys that are dressed like them. The chapter starts off with Gear 5 grabbing Kizaru doing Gear 5 shit as their fight continues. We then jump inside to the Vegapunk crew as they are determining what to do, as basically they've unlocked the hack, they've unlocked the code, but Jewelry Bonnie is under attack by a bunch of Marines, and Vegapunk says something very interesting that we'll dive into, and it's like, we have to save Bonnie. Meanwhile, Bonnie has transformed all of these different Marines while she's hiding out, and we learn that Sentomaru saved her and was basically covered in burns and bruises and was like, Bonnie, escape. The Marines are coming. Meanwhile, she's hiding. We then jump outside of Punk Records where Luffy's looking down on a fight and was like, hey, yo, Zoro, you need some help? And Zoro was like, focus on Kizaru. Zoro's fighting Lucci. We then see some Lucci-Zoro battles. Kizaru then comes in after him, almost falling into the water, saves himself, and then sends a bunch of clones out. Luffy then attacks the clones. Then he learns that, oh, they're clones, and then goes to look for the real one. The real one is going after the Vega tank and is about to shoot it. Meanwhile, Luffy eats it, and we see a very interesting thing with Gear 5, and then basically the Luffy and Kizaru fight continues. Meanwhile, one of the Vegapunks then tells the Pacifista that their mission is to take down the Marines, and then while they say that, the last panel we see is J. St. Garcia looking PO'd. Where should we begin, fellas? In the beginning? Because I know that's how y'all like to do, so let's start it off. Whoever wants to start it off can go ahead.
Josh, you want to take a run at it?
You know, man, I will. I'm
Go
just
ahead.
gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it right here and right now. Vegapunk going down to the floor where everything is going on.
Not
Look,
good.
it's either one of two things is about to. It's either one of two things is about to happen to Vegapunk. All the other satellites perish, and then the main Stella lives, or every other satellite perishes.
No,
well, no,
lives when
actually,
Vegapunk dies.
either that, or like literally every Vegapunk just because
Mhm.
also I feel like they can't really travel with Vegapunk because he knows too much. It's kind of like the same
They
thing.
can travel with the Stellas. The Stellas don't know.
Yeah, well,
Depends.
To be fair, what if Vegapunk's like our back half Nico Robin? Because Nico Robin knew too much to start too
in the beginning, and he doesn't know necessarily what happens in the Void Century, and he doesn't necessarily know where the One Piece is. You know what I'm saying? He just knows certain things. But to your point, I'm with you to a certain extent. I feel like if he does survive, enter my theory, and I feel like he goes with someone else. He doesn't go with the Straw Hats. I feel like he goes with the Revolutionaries.
Yeah, I would just like to ask a quick question.
Go ahead.
What's new with the Blackbeard ship? Where the fuck's that at?
I asked that last week. Okay, so we have a new segment of we take a bet of we do a serious like out there theory, and then we do a gimme theory where it's just one sentence where we say what we think is gonna happen in the next chapter. And mine was the Blackbeard ship appears. That was my wild theory. And my normal theory was Zoro fights Lucci, which ding 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 got that one right. Jess, what did you say? You said Dragon appears is your out there one. And what was your normal one? Luffy fights Kizaru? I'm pretty sure that was it.
No, yeah, I think I did say we go back to Luffy versus Kizaru fight.
So boom, we both got our gimmies right. So, but to your point, Versen, I don't know where the fuck that Blackbeard ship is. Probably with Caribou.
It probably is. It probably might be something to where like we probably aren't going to see the payoff of that because like
until the
end. So what I've kind of gathered about Blackbeard,
yeah,
like what I've gathered about Blackbeard and especially like how his pirates move, it's like you ever played a game where it's like, oh yeah, he's one shot and somebody steals your kill. That's what the Blackbeard pirates are. Like Luffy and the Straw Hats and right, like they like even the revolutionaries might show up and they might do significant shit. But if Blackbeard pirates get the last laugh, because the only ones we haven't seen throughout this whole entire arc is Lafitte and Devon, the infiltration team. I would assume that they are. Lafitte is somebody who does not get detected, even by somebody of Mihawk's stature. When they met after
Mary Jane.
Right.
But I will say, just to defend my brother Mihawk, that was before, things got serious.
Wait, that wasn't slander.
No, I know, but I'm just saying that was before things got
damn,
serious,
wait, am I passively slandering Mihawk now?
That was pre-observation. That was pre-mantra. That was that was back when Oda was feeling things out.
Yeah, but at the same time, like Oda then retroactively made a lot of stuff work. So that means that the way Oda retroactively makes things like basically hockey. So that just means to me that that means Lafitte's like stealth or whatever, or his anti-observations strong as fuck.
For sure.
I don't think he's gonna take that away from him.
I'm just giving me that's really a little defense.
Guys, yeah, because that's all Lafitte really has at the moment.
Because I'm with the anti-Mihawk boys.
Whoa! I've been on a good streak. I have not talked about Mihawk in the past like couple weeks, man. I'm healing.
I know you've been good. Versen ain't been here, so I know he's been hating from afar.
As is my default state.
Exactly. You see.
I do want to say the anti-shadow clones, the no shadow clones, the pure light clones is a fun little touch. It's a fun gimmick.
I liked it.
I think it obviously is super hyper effective. It's one of those things where
it makes his fruit special.
Yeah, and boy, Kizaru, if you had busted that out on some people, you probably could have won some fights in
Marineford would have been a lot different if he had this.
Yeah, because if he can do a reverse Naruto, then already what was Ben Beckman doing? But
facts.
I feel like the admirals keep getting like we keep getting
learning more
good showcases for the admirals, and it makes Marineford in like retrospect look.
I said that
worse, but
Oda got better at his craft, man. Oda got better at his craft.
Dude, Garp just existing and continuing to go on and do shit later makes all fucking Admiral stocks rise.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. I will say this too. I still think Aokiji is stronger than Kizaru, even from what I just saw with Garp.
Look, not at that check on the line.
Yeah,
I
say
you right.
Not whenever there's overtime pay. All right,
but
he's about to do
that ice glove punch.
Yeah.
Look, I ain't see nothing as strong as that ice glove punch. You can have all these glitz and glamour distractions, but that makes sense because it's light. It makes sense because ice is supposed to be this hard thing where it's like more so for fighting and whatnot. Light, is a distraction type situation. So I like it. I do need to see a little more offensive type stuff from him.
You just can't fucking hurt him. And obviously, as he says in chapter, you can't run. What are you doing? Like,
he's too fast.
I will chase you to the ends of the earth. So it doesn't even matter. Like, I think a big part of Kizaru's whole thing is if it's a prolonged fight at all. I mean, and how we saw him handle like the supernova. A big part of how he does things is to demoralize people. Like, he wants you to know, one, you literally cannot run, you cannot hide, and I will keep chasing you to the ends of the earth if that's what my job calls for. So
I did like Luffy eating the light and it coming out of him, and it's like it burns. It's like interesting. This is very funny that coming from the sun god is this emission of light, and like I thought that was very interesting. Also, I think one of the more interesting parts of this chapter is Vegapunk being like, we have to save Bonnie, that child. It makes me think about how she escaped from Akainu. I think Akainu let her go now, even more so. I think he just let her go because I think her actual age is a child.
Yeah, and what Jay Garcia Saturn said in the last chapter, where he's like, we don't have to fuck up Bonnie, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, which is amazing for a fucking Gorosei to say, who have definitely had his hands in killing a bunch of children.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were just part of wiping off, you know, Lucia off the map. And he's like, look, you know, and Kizaru's about it too, you know, to an extent where everyone, like, for one reason or another, I think they like genuinely care, where it's like, look, whenever it's a statistic,
we put Bonnie through shit. I think they realized because they changed her dad, they did everything with Kuma. We don't know about her homeland. Like, I think they genuinely feel bad for this child that they did all of this to her, whereas she's not necessarily a pirate. She's a pirate because of what they did to her. So I think they feel guilt.
And also, I think part of it is just the fact of, and you know about this a lot whenever it comes to propaganda and in general, the way that, like, unfortunately people's minds work. One life is precious and has eternal beauty, especially when it's a child. It's boundless opportunity. 1,000 lives on, like, Lucia or just like whatever government business, it's so big it becomes a statistic. Like, you can separate yourself.
Also, Eam said that shit about Lucia, and like Eam hasn't said anything. Yeah, so it's like, because Eam isn't telling them, they're letting their moral compass guide them in this one situation. But I guarantee if Eam was like, Bonnie gotta go, she out of here, I like this, like the fact of everything that they're leading up to, I truly feel Akainu let her go because, like, she's a kid, man, and like Sentomaru saving her, like everything about it, it just seems like she is not this 21-year-old girl. And boy, the hentai people, when they find out Bonnie's true age, they're gonna have to stop making them.
Now, see, the thing I'm confused about is they came out with a whole video giving the canonical ages of people, and it said that Bonnie's 22, but it said that in parentheses.
It was like some older shit where it's like, oh, we'll talk about that later.
Like, if Bonnie's the child, they putting out cases on you, DeviantArt.
Oh yeah, you DeviantArt niggas, y'all going to jail.
Wait, but Oda going to jail too.
No, he ain't say her age. And notice, Bonnie's one of the people that's been thoroughly clothed, more so than the others.
I don't know that that first opening of Egghead. I don't know about all that.
She didn't have her titties out, I don't think.
She changed in front of Luffy.
Oh, but I mean, Luffy's like, you right.
Yeah, but also I don't know what it is or whatever. But also, don't they have like that Treasure Island cruise or whatever, where like all the girls get the world skimpiest outfits? Like the gotcha game.
They do.
And I assure you, they don't pull punches with Bonnie.
You're right.
They have her eating ice cream.
Look, I'll say for them, they think she's 22, but Oda gonna pull that switch, and we're gonna find out.
If anything that's hurting Oda, to be honest.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah. I mean, hey, Oda should have told him to pull up. You know, don't. But listen, it's all fixed by a tiny little stamp that says all character ages as depicted are 18 above.
Yeah, facts. 100%. Also, in this chapter, love seeing my man Zoro fight Lucci, and I love Lucci saying, is that so? Then I suppose the head of the Emperor's number 2 is still a decent consolation prize. That's growth. You got your ass whooped to where now you gotta recognize that Luffy's a Yonko.
That is crazy amounts of cope. You got that's like saying
I'm gonna say it's growth.
That's like saying you went up to play a match against the number 1 ranked, but then you like, you know what?
I'm gonna fight number 2.
I got number 2. At least he giving Luffy some type of respect.
That's what I like. That's what I like to see. Anything else y'all got? Go ahead.
Okay, so it's not
like I said, it's a mid chapter.
It's not a serious thing, but I like this is the first time at a One Piece chapter I've literally cried laughing when Luffy looks after Kizaru tricked him. Kizaru's just choking out Usopp.
Yeah, he is.
That is one of the funniest panels I've ever seen.
Why is Usopp getting choked out, man? That was fucked up.
Maybe he's like, Usopp definitely has observation hockey. He's a sniper.
He's like,
yeah, I mean, they would have to know that.
Usopp, let me stop this guy.
No, actually, you bring up a good point. Do you think they know he's Yasopp's son? They have to, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I would assume so. They know. They knew Luffy was Dragon's son before Luffy did. Like. and they found out that Ace was Goldie Rogers' son. They gotta know.
Oh yeah,
Usopp, Yasopp. Like it's not
it's
that
a little,
complicated.
it's a little too much of a coincidence.
I will, I like a lot of the art chapter. I think a lot of it's really good. Say what you want about like some of the concepts of the chapter. I think like some of the pieces are really good in it.
For sure, I agree with that.
More Gear 5. I think this is a better showing of Gear 5 both in power and in like the funness than what we had with the little Lucci scuffle. I do like seeing Lucci get a little bit humbled. Sanji is going with the Vegapunks, so that's
my man ain't doing nothing, man. My man gotta get in
I'm just saying I'm just saying that's a strong thing, and maybe he can hold off Lafitte and Katarina Devon.
With you.
Well,
if it is them.
He can hold off Lafitte and maybe say Vegapunk, but he can't offensively attack
Fight,
Devon.
no.
So that is.
But that's why Jinbei there. Jinbei don't get no fucks.
Yeah, and also Robin's off to the side somewhere too.
True.
So,
but you see, I would actually go the other way and say, so like how we've had Sanji kind of like fight the bigger bads to like kind of show where they're at. So like in Dressrosa, he fights Doflamingo, and I'm pretty sure, or like in
he ain't fighting Kizaru, my brother.
No, I'm not talking about Kizaru though.
You about to say Jay Saint?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not going
to. Because Jay Saint gotta be on the island anyway where the pacifista at. Where's Atlas and Vegapunk going? Where the pacifista at? Somebody gotta change the tide. Somebody gotta change the tide.
I'm a Sanji stan, but I'm not gonna go that far. If you save that for your bet, save that for your bet this week.
Hey, look. At least my boy. Hey, look, Sanji not getting stomped out by a CP0 agent. He getting stomped out by a
going there. No, I'm not doing that. We're not doing that. Save that for your bet. Zoro stands. I got y'all back this time. I'm not letting that fly as a Sanji guy. No, sir. Anything else on the chapter y'all got before we get to our bets for the week?
This might be a bet segment, but I haven't been on when you guys have the bet. But
I'll tell you if it's a bet or not.
Okay, so I think there's like 3 prime things right here that are imminently be stealable. What do you think the Blackbeard pirates are even going to try and walk away from?
That's a bet. Save it. Right. That's a bet.
All right, but I will say this. I think Old Man Vegapunk might be alive. Like, I think he might make it out just because Oda clearly loves his design so much, and he does. Oda's a fun guy. The only problem though is Oda also loves killing the oldest motherfucker in the room. And then having the young people. But the thing is, I don't know which Vegapunk would be allowed to live. I don't like Lilith, maybe, I guess, but also
who's that big one at the end? Who's like
Atlas?
Yeah, she might live.
But she already got fucked up once.
That's why she might live. Yeah. That's why.
And also, but she might be a little too big for Oda to constantly want to draw her because she's a big gal.
She is.
So
yeah,
but so is York.
True.
So,
we shall see, but solid chapter nonetheless. All right, let's get to our bet segment because, like I said, not too much happened in this chapter, so it was okay. All right, Jazz, what you got? Give me your wild out there bet, and then your, what you think is gonna happen next chapter. That's pretty light.
My wild.
You better use your Sanji thing as your wild out there bet.
Of course, my wild out there bet is on the way to get Bonnie. Jason Garcia shows up, but Sanji, being a master of observation, senses him before everybody. He's about to give the order, and Sanji, now we know from his feats in Whole Cake and in Wano, he can move so fast people don't even know it's him. So this would be a good matchup to understand how dangerous a Celestial Gorosei member is.
Okay.
I like that. But now my tame one is.
What you got?
My tame one is the next chapter is mainly, I'd say first half Lucci versus Zoro, other half Sanji Jinbei Bonnie rescue mission.
All right.
Because we got Kizaru and Luffy back to back. So
yeah, I like that. All right, Versen, give me your bets. Basically, the way this goes is you give one wild out there one, and then you give a tame one that you think is going to happen. Both you think will happen within, if not next chapter after, but one is wild out there and one is something that you think will definitely happen.
All right, my wild out there one, and I don't know within how many chapters I'd give it, I guess it depends on how long we have left with Egghead, but I think when Egghead ends, I think the two of the Blackbeard crew are going to find a way to steal the whole goddamn Punk Records.
Holy shit.
The whole thing.
Okay, I like
I don't know if
that.
they're going to tie it to the back of the boat and then just sail away with it. I don't know if they're going to find a way to have it like lift off and set coordinates. I think they're stealing the whole damn brain.
I like
And
that.
because
I like that a lot.
Blackbeard is like an archaeologist, I think that would be like his biggest get yet.
I'm gonna say P.S. and this is not mine, but I'm gonna just add on to yours. P.S. If it's not that, to your point about an archaeologist, I think he steals the robot. But continue.
Fair enough. My one that I think could very possibly happen in the next chapter 2, I think Kuma's finally going to show up. He might be
okay. I like that.
Dude, listen, I want to see Sanji fuck around, but also I think him versus Lafitte might be a good little bit. I think Kuma showing up and throwing hands at someone to save Bonnie would be fucking delicious.
Rad. Yeah, no, I like that a lot. All right, my wild out there bet. They showed Jay St. Garcia because my man Dragon is en route, baby. Dragon is en route to touch down with Jay St. Garcia. No, Sanji not touching down with him. It's the wind god. The wind god gonna touch down with him. And then my normal, just everyday one. Like my man Jazz said, we finish up Zoro v Lucci, but instead of the Jinbei Bonnie stuff at the end, we see the robot move. The robot makes a move because the robot didn't move last chapter, and we see the robot make a move. So my wild out there one is Dragon is on his way to deal with Jay St. Garcia. My tame one is half the chapter is Zoro v Lucci. The other half is the robot moving. Versens is the Blackbeard Pirates are coming to steal Punk Records / his normal one is Kuma is saving Bonnie.
By the way, if Kuma's soul is in that fucking robot, mine still counts.
No, for sure. I'm with you. Jazz is that Sanji strikes Jay St. Garcia. That is his wild out there one. His normal one is half Lucci, half Jinbei Vegapunk saving Bonnie. Like these bets, we'll see which ones happen and which ones take place. If you have a bet, mark it in the comments so we can know going into chapter 1094, and we'll keep a track of fans who comment their bets. And if y'all get a lot right, we'll send you a prize of a shirt or something. But Jazz, tell the people they can follow you on social media.
Real quick, they should really have parlays on One Piece theories.
Look, we starting it up. That's what we're doing. We're starting it up.
Money.
We starting it up right
I
here.
I think it's a little more grounded than sports betting, but that's not for another day.
Well, but Luffy's great, but he can't put 50 on him like Tua did, unfortunately. That's just
hey, look, he's right.
Fucking 70 on him. I mean,
70 points, bro. That shit was crazy.
All right, y'all can follow me on Instagram, Jazzy Boy. You can follow me on Twitter, Real Jazzy Boy. You can follow me on TikTok, Cornell D Guy.
Versen, tell the people they can follow you on social media.
Hey everybody, what's up? You can follow me at Versen Vessel on Twitter. You can also follow me at Versen Vessel on Instagram. If you want to look at my government name, I guess you can find me on Facebook, but no one uses it. Anyway, you find me there. I'll have some links posted below, and I'm in a good little place for my new job, and we should have more stuff coming soon.
Tell them about the link, about the GoFundMe thing.
Okay, no problem. So yeah, yesterday I found out that a friend of mine and a deer activist named Jacob Johns, he experienced violence. He was shot at a protest event in Albuquerque. He is stable and they have the guy in custody, thank God, but his family is still trying to raise money for his medical bills because I don't know if y'all know this or not, the activist circle is not very good whenever it comes to one, pay, and two, it's definitely not good for health insurance. I say it because I'm currently on Medicaid. So, help him out if you have a little bit extra money. I'm going to, as soon as we're done recording this, I'm going to retweet it. And it would just mean a lot.
We'll put the link in our description for sure, because we want to help out this guy. We'll definitely put the link in the description of this video. So if you can donate, make sure you help out a fellow friend. So y'all go follow Versen, you follow Jazz. Follow me at LinkBWT, follow BrosWhoThink at BrosWhoThink. Be sure to check out our video on the best written One Piece character. We each picked a character and deep dive why we thought they are extremely well written, and we talk about some of the best written One Piece characters. Very good video. Also later in the week we will have a My Hero video dropping, as well as Manga Melee, and then Jay and myself will be reviewing Porco Rosso, the Studio Ghibli film. Super excited about that. So y'all can check out all of that amazing content and more coming up this week. But for Jazz, for Versen, my name is Lennon. You guys have a good one. Until next time, peace.
Peace.